Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
There once was a man named Cappy, and then he did some stuff, and then he died. That'd be the ballad for everybody. The ballad for everyone. You say, oh, I wish they'd write a song about me, you know, the ballad of Bob Bobson. And once was a guy named Bob, and then he did some stuff, and he died. That'd be everybody's ballad, because it's true. He shat, and he ate, and he drank, and he slept, and then he died. Epically, though. Epically. Greetings from one asshole to another. Due to your economics background, I want to get some financial advice for the future for someone who is not trying to sell me any financial products and has no dog in the fight. I'm currently in an excellent financial position, but I want to know if it could be better. I have enjoyed your videos over the past few years, and I thought I would pay you back for the entertainment. Since your videos crack me up, I would like a quote. Please advise what background you require and the price. I said, well, yeah, you got to tell me a little bit more. And then one other thing just jumped in my mind. There we go. Alright, I said, well, tell me what you got. He says, thanks for responding so quickly. I will provide the details below. I'll make it bullet point format to make it easier. 51 at the tail end of a 30-year law enforcement career. We won't say where. You're in Florida. Current annual income, $175,000. Frick. 0 debts, no credit card or car payments, $100,000 in cash saved, $20,000 bank, $80,000 in cash tucked away. Retire next year with a $135,000 a year pension with a cost of living adjustment of 3% a year. You're set. $1,457,000 deferred compensation, 30% fixed, 70% managed. This is all pre-tax money. Based on current tax code, I will have full access to the money upon my separation at 52 with no IRS penalty. I should be able to get a 6% return without too much risk. I agree. 3 small children, all girls. Oh, you poor bastard. There's not one guy. Oh, you're like Mike Baxter in Last Man Standing, which shows today, by the way. 4-year, 2-year, and 6 months. Little tykes. I had children late, so I could actually participate in raising them. All 3 from the same woman, not married, but living together as a family. I've been married 3 times, so I won't be doing the 3-way contract with the government again. I always love girls, women. When are you going to put a ring on that? When the government goes away. And when you broad, stop fucking asking. When the government says, hey, we're not you, go do. It's not our business. Thank you, government. I skipped the divorces with an intact pension and no child support alimony. Bravo. Bravo. I just love Florida. I do not have a college fund for any of the kids, but will pay for a STEM degree from FIT, Florida Institute of Technology, should they warrant it. My goal is to have fuck you money and raise my 3 STEM girls. Well, trades or military. Nothing wrong with that either. What if they want to just be stay-at-home wives? They find some well-to-do guy and they want to be a housewife. Nothing wrong with that. If I choose to work, I'll be able to work for a bank in their AML section. I don't know what that is. I have a CAM certification and a 2-year degree, so that'll enable me to get a job making $100,000 to $150,000 depending on geographical area worked. I could then bank my pension, and the money made from the 457 would continue to grow. If I don't work, my pension and interest on the 457 would reach $200,000 without getting out of bed, so I would be able to get by without touching the principal. In regards to buying a home after retirement, should I use my 0% down VA loan and deduct the interest, or use some of the liquid funds for a down payment? The home will cost in the neighborhood of $600,000 to $700,000. Having a big house, 5 bedrooms, and a pool is my weakness due to growing up poor. Well, you could go back to being poor if you keep blowing. You know how people make money? They spend less than they make. What is your rent? God almighty, you pay $3,700 a month rent? And your kids are that young? Jesus Christ, hang on, what the fuck? No, I can't use it. I'm using that someone for the pictures. Then I upload. Alright. What can I afford with payment? How much house can I afford? NerdWall, let's type in your payment. Let's type in, I don't know, Orlando, Florida. God almighty, if they make me ask. Nope, nope. I just want to calculate these fuckers. These fuckers. Give us your social security number, wages. God almighty, just tell me what kind of a, you know what, mortgage calculator. There, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Interest rates are 4.5%. I don't know why they have it set at 4.5. Okay, 500 on $100,000. So you got to do 7 times that amount, 700. You can afford a house. If you're in the $600,000 to $700,000 range for a house, and your kids are going to be there for at least the next 16 years, you know, houses could go down in that time, but you got to blow this money anyway. I know there's costs with home ownerships, but you're the perfect candidate to buy a damn house. You got 3 kids, you got a wife, you need a sizable house, and for what you're paying in rent, a little bit less, although we got to pay property taxes and all that, so keep that, and insurance, you can get yourself a $700,000 house. $600,000 if you want to throw in. Yeah, a $600,000 house, principal and interest would be $3,000 a month. Now, throw on maybe another $1,000 for repairs and all that, so $4,000, right? But in your instance, that's such a huge amount of, like, it's one thing if you rent as a single guy or a single gal. Yeah, here's my dumpy $500 a month apartment. You got kids, you got to put them somewhere. That's when you should get a house. Get a house now. You could use your $100,000 for a down payment if you wanted. What is it? Should I use my zero down VA loan and deduct the interest? You don't want to pay mortgage insurance, I'll tell you that. What I would do, hang on, what's 0.2? So you're going for a $600,000 house. Dude, that's $120,000. Rent a little bit more. Save up 20% down for the house. Put your 20% down. No mortgage insurance. Get your freaking house. And you would, wait, that wouldn't even be, I forgot, yeah. You'd have a $480,000 mortgage. Okay, so your mortgage would only be $2,400. Assuming a $600,000 house. Dude, just work up a little bit more money, save your 20% down, find a damn house, move there, stay there. None of this, oh, we're gonna move. Oh, well, there's a good swimming program at the other school across the street, but we gotta sell this one to go buy that. Don't pull that fucking bullshit. Not that you would. Actually, with your wife, you pull, you know, I miss my parents. Back in North Dakota and not Fargo where there's stuff going on. Bismarck. You know, I just miss them. And I know it's minus 70 degrees with the wind chill, but I miss my parents. They have good schools. Here's the divorce papers. Get the fuck out of my life. Keep the fucking kids. That would be old Captain. I'd be like, you know what? You keep the kids. No, keep them. Because you're going to raise them all screwed up and screwed. And they'll hate me at first, but then I'm going to come in, I'm going to say, here's how it works in the real world. When you're ready to talk to me, let me know. And I know a lot of people are, you can't do that. You don't know what it's like. You miss your kids so much. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't know. I feel bad for you guys. But it was the old Capmeister. You don't know. So I think I do. Have them. I get, no, yep, there. Here's your child. Get, bye. Take care of them. I'll take over them when they're 25, destitute and poor because they followed your advice, and then they might listen. You gotta wait till they're at the bottom of the barrel. You gotta wait till they hit bottom. There's only the guy again, and then they'll listen. Yeah, buy a house now. I mean, don't buy any house. Be savvy about it. Poor. And you know what? Do you need a pool? Can't you just get like a You know, the local YMCA's got a monthly membership for families. It's going to be way cheaper than the maintenance and cost of a pool. All right. 3700. Since I have such young kids, I assume I'll be too old to care about what happens when they leave. I will take Social Security as well, which would be an additional $2,000 a month. My wife is 40, so I want to know how old the wife is. Like if she's some little teeny bopper and going to divorce him when she finds Fabio. 47 in work, she makes about $55,000 with her worthless English master's degree. Uses most of her income for a live-in nanny, as I refuse to send them to outside daycare. Okay, good. I pay all household bills, but they're... Boy, that's weird. That is the most fucked up thing. I just realized what I read. Your wife, the mother of your children, makes $55,000 a year with her degree. Her degree is irrelevant, and uses most of her income for a live-in nanny, as I refuse to send them to outside daycare. Why doesn't she raise her fucking kids? God almighty, women love they love the career above everything else, don't they? Everything is about them. I pay all the household bills, no commingling of funds. I offer her to stay at home, but her response was, I am not built to stay home. Then why'd you fucking have kids? She's a pinhead, but does pretty good with the girls. So I tolerate it in order to keep a nuclear family intact. Since you have provided me with many laughs in the past, I will pay you a $125 for the video and respond. Well, thank you very much. I was only going to charge about $50 or $45, but all I ask is you consider a future topic for another video. I've done some cursory research, but I always wanted your analysis, how the decline of Western civilization is correlated with the women getting a right to vote in 1918. Was it 1980? I thought it was... I always confuse it with the 24th Amendment or 1920. And I know I'm always wrong. Women's suffrage, U.S. Well, when did they get the right to vote? The 19th Amendment... on the 1920. What do you think in 1918? It's the 19th Amendment in 1920. I always confuse. What's the 24th Amendment? What's the 24th Amendment? 24th Amendment. What the hell was that? Rights of the United citizens to vote in a primary or other election for president. What? Is that the... purpose of federal elections. Oh, okay. Did not know that. All right. Let's go back. Okay, so your goals... I'm just going through this rest of this here. All right, your goal is to have fuck you money. We already talked about your housing thing. You basically have fuck you money as long as the pension is funded. So I'd be reading the statements about your, I don't know if you're paid county or city or state, whoever funds that pension, you want to be on top of, is that pension funded? You want to make damn sure. And because you essentially have fuck you money, I mean, you're going to have you don't have a war chest built up. Most of the advice I'm going to give you is defensive and wealth retainment as opposed to growth. Okay, so you have, you know, your 401, your 457. You got your 457 now, continue to grow. If you want to throw money into a Roth, maybe throw a couple bucks into there. Hopefully it grows. Immediately facing you is going to be getting that house and then paying that debt down, which I think you can with all your money coming in. If you work on top of it, you're going to accelerate the payment of your mortgage off. So that's enough. So your mortgage will be paid off. But in addition to that, you want to be looking at things that like can come after you now. And so first, let's start with your kids. I would not tell your kids you got money. I don't know how that's possible now because you got to stay in nanny. But I mean, they probably think they got a lot of money, or they know you do. And if that's the case, you're going to have a hard talk with them. I am giving you nothing. You are going to become STEM girls. You have the talk. You're going to work. And thank God they're young now. Okay, because now it's about time, 4 years older. But they're not 13. I love it when I get questions from fathers. My wife has been telling my daughter things, and now my daughter's starting to say this feminist stuff at 15 years old. Well, it's too fucking late. You should have been on that shit back when she was like 3. It's too late now. That's 12 years of indoctrination and programming. I can't do anything for you. They're not, you got a clean plate. Financial lessons, the importance of independence. You're gonna, we're gonna get you into math, that kind of thing. How the real world works. So you either act like you don't have money, which I don't think is possible at this point in time, or you tell them, yeah, I have money, but you're not getting any of it. I mean, don't be a miser either. I mean, obviously, go to Disneyland or whatever, give them some fun toys. But, hey, are you 12? Let's talk about how you can make babies in. Teach them entrepreneurship. Teach them skills. Let's program a website. So that is one thing, because if you don't get your kids to be self-supporting, they will be future financial liabilities down the line. You're shelling out money, and worse, they get into drugs, they need rehab, or they get knocked up. Oh my God, the fun, enjoy, and expenses you'll incur. So it's prevention, it's vaccination early on, defense. I would also look into setting up a trust that neither quasi-wifey poo or children poo or anybody elsey poo can come after. You set up a trust, you're going to have to talk to a trust lawyer, throw some money into that, so that it cannot be attacked, so it cannot be taken. Annuities, just to let you know, are money-losing propositions. I would, in all honesty, actually invest in a Roth IRA or something else that has the potential good, because statistically speaking, it's likely to pay more money. But again, we're looking at defense. What if the pension goes away? What if the pension is not funded? What if the state of Florida files for bankruptcy or whatever, and the government doesn't bail it out? All right. Well, you need an annuity is an insurance product. It's insurance. You hope you don't get hit by a truck in a car, but you still need car insurance. And in the case you did, by gosh, I'm very happy you did have car insurance. An annuity is the same thing. It insures against a loss of income. You got to be real careful, because the people that sell these things are slime balls. They're scumbags. But it may be worth throwing a couple $1,000 into an annuity over the course of time. Where then, okay, now I have a cash value, a surrender value, as they call it. There are some hybrid annuities where some of it is invested and you're entitled to those securities, and it guarantees a certain payout of a certain amount every year. That's something to look into, okay? Again, to ensure. And maybe not even now, maybe down the road, because you are actually quite young still. I like to call this the Plan B, in case the United States goes to shit. And oh my gosh, we just can't get so many second and third world immigrants who have no desire or intention to work or assimilate into the American culture. And oh, by the way, we've brainwashed all the women, including your daughters, to hate men, as evidenced by Kavanaugh. And we're all going to hate each other. And house divided will not stand. You may want to have shit hits the fan scenario where you can go and live in a foreign country. So that is the old Capmeister's next step, is getting not necessarily land, but a bank account that does not have any business dealings with the United States in a foreign country that is stable. Where is that? Well, you got to talk to Andrew Hendrickson about that, nomad capitalist. I'm looking Poland, Hungary, the Baltics, and Southeast Asia. So, Southeast Asia isn't like, no, it has nothing to do with race. It has to do with stability. Japan, China, although horrendously corrupt. So I would start maybe bank account overseas. Again, not all your money, but start funding it a little bit here and there. Make some deposits. You got to do some research. Again, Nomad Capitalist, check him out. Maybe buy his book, which highlights different banks that you can go to overseas. And then there's you. Let me do one more. Do you have any precious metals? Let's do that. Precious metals, cryptocurrencies. Do you have any of that? That's something you may want to buy. You don't need a lot. I always say 200 ounces of silver per person. So for your instance, you got 5. It's 1,000. You need 1,000 pieces of silver. So you're looking at 16, 17 grand in silver. Current prices. Just go buy it. Put it in a safe. Safe will be another grand or so. Or just hide it, smartly. Guns, you need guns, although I'm assuming if you're a cop or in law enforcement, you already have guns. And then cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency would be something definitely to buy. My personal opinion of cryptocurrency is going to go down to 1,000, Bitcoin, I mean. And then over time, it's going to shoot up long term. I think cryptocurrency is here to stay. Maybe it won't drop. Here's the thing: is when people start realizing the very insurance and vital and clever-like role cryptocurrency would play in a person's average portfolio. I think once people in financial advice, if Edward Jones, if there'd be a smart, savvy guy at Edward Jones or Betterment saying, we're starting to recommend you have a little bit, it's like precious metals. It serves the same function as precious metals. We recommend you have a little bit of cryptocurrency. Not a lot. Heaven forbid you have to use it. But we're thinking you should have a little bit of cryptocurrency. And that starts that wisdom, which is so fucking brilliant. I'm not joking. God, 12 years ago, I said we should make debt repayments tax deductible. So if you wanted to avoid the housing crisis, you wanted to improve people's finances, if you wanted to provide people an investment option when the stock market is tanking, and you want to help out students with their student loans, make loan repayments tax deductible. Nothing. Now, also, hey, you know what? We might make it so you can make your student loan payments tax deductible. Really? Just 12 years after the fact, huh? Oh, good thing we didn't help out the decade and change of people. This will happen, I say, in 2030, when the rest of the world finally catches up to my dick. So, hey, Aaron Cleary had a smart economic dick. Maybe we should have listened to what came out of it. Well, so I see, we recommend at the Edward Jones Policy Institute of Investments. The cutting edge, by the way, ignore that Cleary fellow who was talking about this, 15 years ago. I think it will go up once people realize, and it's not just going to be the U.S., it'll be globally. And then I'd be real curious. I know I hit the 20,000 peak a year ago or whatever. It might be cheap. Damn, I wish I bought. But long term, I think it's got a little bit of fuel. But you're not investing it for capital gains purposes or speculation. You're investing in it in case the economy goes to crap. And then finally, I need to talk about you. Right now, you come out with law enforcement, and you're going to have 40 hours a week to do something. You need free time to do something. Thankfully, you got your kids. Since your wife doesn't want to raise them because English degree. Me, twiddle the twat. I'm so smart. What, kids? Nanny, you take care of it. I have to try la 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 la. Oh my God, cross-sectionality. Give me money, government money. Aside from that, you got kids to take care of. You can be the stay-at-home dad. And that will take up most of your time. And you can run and get groceries and you can play with the little kids. And that's going to give you purpose and agency. You have about 10 years of that. You will be 62. And then what will happen is your 2-year-old, oh no, you have a 6-month-old. You have 11 and a half years. And what will happen in 11 and a half years, the nanosecond your little 6-month-old turns 12, you will cease to exist. All that matters will be her friends. If you've done it right, you will have been like Mike Baxter and have her loyalty in her ear. She will love you and pay attention. But they're going to run off. And then you're going to have to find something to do. Not only because they're old enough to kind of take care of themselves. I don't even have kids. I've seen this happen with other friends' kids. I'm like, wow, they were really cool at 7. Now they're kind of an emotional pain in the ass at 15. Who wants to hang out with that? It was much more fun when they were 7. They believed in things. So they're going to run, and that's what they do because they're separate people. They're forming and becoming quasi-adults at that time. And you're going to need something to do. And trust you me, retirement is death. So I like the idea you're looking at working in banking. I think you should stay at home and take care of your kids. Banking will always be there, dude. It'll always be there. You don't need the money. Maybe work part-time. Maybe now's a good time to invest in some kind of entrepreneurial idea as long as it doesn't cost a lot of money. Like maybe you want to learn how to program. Maybe you want to trade something on eBay. I don't know. Something fun and light. Go ahead and do it. But I would be raising your kids because you got a great opportunity right now. You get to spend time with your kids. And I don't know. I know only not even a handful. I think I know 3 people that actually have the time to raise and spend time with their kids. And you are going to regret if you worked in banking when you could have been, wrestling with your daughters, teaching them how to throw a ball, teaching them how to skip rocks, teaching them how to put together a budget. God, I saw this dad showing his little daughter. She must have been, I don't know, 6 or 7. He's showing her how to put air in the tires. And I was just, oh, that is so cool. All right? You will get one chance to do this. And if you fuck it up going and working in some damn office looking at a spreadsheet and dealing with a bunch of douchebag bankers, you will regret it on your deathbed. So if you want to make sure your daughters don't come back with 3 different kids from 5 different fathers, and it's like that gal in Florida, I think it was, where she went and partied and left her kids in the SUV and they died. Did you hear about that one? Huh? Not that you would do that. But if you want your daughters to prevent from becoming that, you will raise your daughters and you will love them with both tough fatherly love and fun, happy fatherly love. And then you teach them, and then they will go off and they'll hopefully become the Mike Spector children, except the that had an illegitimate child. Not the actress, the character. And then when they're gone in 11 and a half years, they'll still be there, but crying, whatever weird shit they do. You can think about banking. You can think about whatever you want to do, but you're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to do something, because at the rate you go, you're gonna need some kind of stimulation, mental stimulation. If you don't find that, you will die in early death, and you'll be miserable. So I would maybe pick up some hobbies in the meantime. Don't wait till that day. You got to find it. I mean, meetup groups, whatever. Find something. Find a group of people to do something with. Even morning coffee with the guys or whatever. You're going to need something to do. And I hope to God the ground is more fertile over there than it is here in fucking Minneapolis. Because my God, this state fucking sucks. People fucking suck. All right, that's it. You're good to go. You do effectively have fuck you money with all the annuities and perpetuities coming in. Invest the money wisely, but look at defensive things to make sure you keep what you have built up, and spend more time with your kids, and make sure that you have a plan B for when the kids go away. And that's about it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.